All right, what's up, everybody? Let's kick this off. This is the after Christmas live session over here at HPT. All right, so give me a minute here. We're going to pull up the charts and we're going to break down a quick pre-market plan. I hope everybody had a phenomenal Christmas. Christmas was great over here, man. We had a really good time, spent a lot of time with family, but we're approaching a new year. All right, we're approaching 2026, and it's very important that coming into the new year that we're dialed in, right, on a strategy that actually works, a system, right, and that we've mastered the execution, right? Like, we're not playing any games coming into 2026. We're completely focused on what works and the task at hand. All right, and the task is to push ourselves to become the absolute best version of ourselves. And the best way to do that is to dial in on what's currently working. All right. So we've spent all of 2025 gathering data on a very simple approach, right? The HPT crossover. Now, not only has this approach helped hundreds of traders simplify what it is we're doing over here, right? Which is trading in the markets. But in 2026, we're going to take it to that next level, right? We're going to take it to that next step where we really master it. We're going to scale up. We're going to take this year as far as we possibly can, and then just continuously growing. All right. So that's what we're doing over here at HPT. I appreciate you guys taking the time to join me today to execute in these markets and just do what we absolutely love. And that's how I really like to start my day, right, in the market, is reminding myself the opportunity in front of us, but more importantly, how much I freaking love it. All right. I love this game so much. I love everything about it. I love our team. I love what we're building. So with that being said, let's make today a perfect example of the individuals we're trying to become going into 2026. All right. So let's do a pre-market plan over here on ES. All right. So once again, I approach every single day the exact same. Every day, it never changes, and like, I'm a complete nerd for building the system and repeating it, right? So any way I could like automate something or just like rinse repeat it, I'm all over it. So with trading, that's what I try to do, and really I think it's extremely beneficial because if you don't have a systematic approach, it leaves a lot of room for error and emotional decision making, right? So every day I like to come into the market and go, all right, what are my key levels, right? So what do we have here? We have end of day, we have previous day high, and we got previous day low, all right, which pretty much lined up with previous open print. This is also a very key level, 6963, because in a bearish scenario, like if we fall below EOD, I'm going to be looking to target this guy. Okay. Now, in a bullish scenario, right? Remember, we don't like to marry either. I don't care if the market goes up. I don't care if it goes down. The only thing I don't want is sideways, right? And we got tools to be able to identify that. But for the moral of the story, the market has a really large chance of going up or going down. So we just want to play into that, and we want to go, okay, what's the market going to look like if it falls below end of day? Well, based off how the market inherently operates, meaning like its inherent characteristic trait from going from area of value to area of value, from area of liquidity to area of liquidity, right? Like if sellers hold EOD, we're then going to target 6963 and then previous day low and then 6952. If buyers hold EOD and we get this nice healthy trend that we're currently getting, just like what happened on Thursday, right? Nice healthy trend coming into previous day high, we're going to look to play longs into the abyss over here. Okay. And once again, there's no need to get freaked out. We know how to use moving averages. We know how to read market structure. So whatever the market tells us, we're just going to capitalize on. All right. So that's what I'm looking to do on ES. SPY is very similar. SPY, we at least have this upside target over here at 69124, but you can see it's extremely similar. Okay, we're looking to play this healthy trend. We also do have a RBI here in the 1 hour, so I'm definitely going to be watching for some pullbacks into this little area of value, into this RBI, and buyers show strength coming into this level, right? So say we get something like this, say we come into PDH over here, and sellers show a little bit of strength, and then we come into this AOV, I'm going to be looking to play longs out of it, targeting this upside target and then above, right? So once again, bullish versus bearish. All right, like that's the bullish scenario. Now, if sellers show a lot of force, we're going to be able to see that, and we're going to see them muscle their way through into this AOV and come back down to end of day, which is over here at 690.10. All right, hold on. All right, cool. So yeah, that's the bullish versus bearish, right? No need to complicate anything, right? It's all about keeping it, simple, and just like anything that pulls me away from using my tools is noise, right? So I just want to stay focused on, what actually works, right? How we use our moving averages, how we use these areas of value and these RBIs and GBIs. This is honestly, in my opinion, it's more important. The application, right? Meaning the behavior that actually causes us to get into the trade and out of the trade is more important than the trade itself or the analysis that goes into it, right? Like if you have super complicating analysis, you're just going to continuously be all over the place. Therefore, your consistency is going to be all over the place, right? I need that crystal clear. Okay, when buyers are defending the open, it looks like this, right? Oh, open print. Okay, break and retest. RBI, GBI. Okay, maybe we don't get in off the initial, maybe we wait for the retest, right? And there's no perfect way to pinpoint that in pre-market, which is why my pre-market plans are very broad, right? Like the last thing I ever want to do is marry an analysis, right? That's like I want to be in flow state, like what, like just like Bruce Lee says, right? Be like water. I want to be formless according to my environment, right? So I want to flow in and out of price action, right? I want to be able to identify the opportunity objectively. And the only way to successfully do that is to not marry an analysis, right? Because once you marry it, your ego gets involved, the retardation starts to go all the way up. Next thing you know, you're full tilting into the market, you're rushing into trades, etc., etc. So this is like my pre-market plan is very simple. All right, these are the key levels. I want to see buyers defend the 1 hour, the 20. All right, so this is something that I've seen in pre-market. So actually, let's just go straight to the chart here. Let's bring it back to ES. So check out the 20 EMA here. So what's my famous rule, right? My famous rule that's literally helped me trade phenomenal this year is if you can't close outside the 20, trade with the 20. Okay, I love it because it's simple, it's clear, it's concise, and it tells us exactly what to do, right? If you can't close outside the 20, most likely we're going to be trading with the 20. So I mean, we gotta, but it's relative to the time frame, right? Like this is the 1 hour chart. We got to bounce here in pre-market, right? So once again, this is bullish, and if we were in front of this, we would have been able to capitalize it. But now we're getting a little far away from it. Okay, so now is when I go, okay, the 20's been respected. Well, what's the 9 doing? Okay, or what's the 5 doing? This is when I start playing my closer moving averages a little bit more aggressively, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't want to get too far away from the 20, but what moving average can I use right now to give me the information I need to pull the trigger accordingly, right? Based off the information the market's giving me. And that's when I'm going to go to my 9 right here, this blue line, right? It's pretty close. I like that. That's what we call healthy. Okay, this is healthy. These candles right here, these are healthy. All right, why? Why are these healthy? Because we're closing on the moving average. We're not extended. It's tight. This is orderly price action. This is what we like. Versus over here, we got these pockets, right? Look at that pocket. We got very aggressive buying coming into the market. We're getting far away from the moving average. A little bit more extended, okay? Extensions, pockets. Pockets mean pullback, all right? Now, it's not always going to happen when you think it's going to happen, but the moral of the story is remain aware to it. Don't just jump into things, and prepare accordingly. So this looks pretty good. 1 hour is pretty clear here. Let's see what the 5 minutes telling us as we go into the market open. All right, so end of days right here. Now, I always like to look at my critical levels and really look for them, RBIs and GBIs at those levels. So you'll see right here at EOD, we have ourselves some RBIs, right? Some red bars that were disrespected. Okay, so what's that tell us? That there might be some trap sellers here. Okay, so check this out. Right here, we got an RBI. So the way I like to talk about this and teach this is trapped sellers. Now, we've all been trapped in the market, right? We've all been in some bad situations. How's it usually feel typically? Right? It's usually a little stressful because you're losing money. So basically, is what we're going to look for is as price comes back into this AOV, this area, we're going to be looking for these sellers to buy themselves out of the market, right? We're going to look for price buying pressure to increase when we come into these levels. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen, but what it means is this area is going to give us the information we need, whether it be bullish or whether it be bearish. Okay, sellers are either going to stomp out here or they're going to increase their positions, adding to the selling pressure and push through it. So this becomes our key area, right? This becomes the level that we're going to watch for a retest and try to figure out who's controlling it. I'm also watching this 1 hour trend. Okay, it's about right here. It's pretty close to it. So I'm definitely going to be watching to see what happens here for potential continuation on that 1 hour trend. We also got a bit of selling up here, so we're going to be watching this level as well. Okay, so this is how I like to go into the market. Buyers show strength. We'll most likely push right through this and continue. But if sellers show strength, we're going to push below it and continue. Bam! It's going to be a good day. Process and Profits Academy starting January 3rd. Very excited about this program. This program is phenomenal opportunity just to be in like a very, what's the word here? Intentional group environment, right? Like I got a group of traders right now that are dedicated completely to playing no more games and taking their results and their life and their trading to the next step. And that's what we built. We built a very structured 16-week program to do that. So, this is going to be, this is like, think about it. Kobe Bryant, all the best sports players, right? They become the best. Why? Because they work harder than everybody else, right? While everyone else is sleeping, Kobe was in the gym practicing. What was that? Logan Paul and Anthony Joshua fight, right? If you look at Anthony Joshua, who was victorious, that individual's workout routine is insane. His diet, insane. Everything he does is extremely intentional for what? To become the best boxer. And it showed, right? His results showed. He knocked him out, but he didn't just knock him out. He was very calculated with every punch. He had a plan. He was strategic, right? Like, so there's a common denominator with winning that I'm really starting to realize here. These individuals that are doing well in whatever arena that is theirs, it's because they work 100 times harder than everybody else. And that's what I wanted to build, was an academy where individuals could come and put in the friggin' work and take their trading to the next level. And that's exactly what it is. It's starting January 3rd. We have a prepping webinar that we're going to go over tomorrow. So all the individuals involved, you guys are going to be a part of that. And anybody else that wants to get involved, now would definitely be the time to take advantage of it, as our slots are getting thinner and thinner, and as the value just keeps rising. And at the end of the day, you just got to ask yourself, right? Like 2026 is starting here, a couple days. How do you want to go into it, right? Do you want to build, or you just want to go through it doing the same exact thing you did last year and expecting different results, right? So take advantage of that. All right, let's get this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to hit the head, and then we're going to crush it. right, let's do this. All right, getting a lot of buying here. Off the market open. What else do we get right here? We got ourselves a nice little RBI, baby. Right at open print. All right, cool. Cool. All right, so today we're going to be focusing on NASDAQ as well as, let's see here. Bam. Okay. Getting a little bit of selling here in or as the market opens. Very aggressive selling coming in that key level we were just talking about right there at EOD. All right, this is the sweet spot right here. This is what I call a sweet spot, right? It's a sweet spot because this is where something sweet's gonna happen. All right, check that out. A lot of strong selling. I like this. You know why I like this? Because it's what you least expect. You ever notice that? It seems like the market does what you least expect at times. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Sellers showing a little bit of force here coming into the market open. Looks like a lot of volume coming in. I like it. Notice this buying that's happening out of this AOV right now. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy, guys? You guys literally have one of the best systems known to man, right? And this is the thing, right? Like I've been collecting data on this for the last like 17 months, and it blows my mind. Look at this. Look at this right here. It comes right into the AOV, and what happens, right? What we talk about in pre-market? There's trap sellers here. Price comes into it, and what do? They start stomping out. How do we know this? Look at the wick. Bro, look at the wick. Look at that. Bam. Is anybody aware of any news today that might be coming out? If so, just throw it right in the chat. Look at that, though. Unreal. Where's my boy Todd? Is my boy Todd? Todd, if you're here, drop something in the chat. You guys able to post? All right, let's do this. Testing. Yeah, I think you guys can hear me. I got this new webcam, so I just want to make sure everything's good. I think it is. All right, ready? Boom. Look at this. Boom. Okay, there we go. Robin, what's up, brother? Let's do this. Let's do this. Good morning. Let's get this money. All right, a lot of action coming in here. Look at this. No news. Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Curtis, my man. All right, check that out. Do you guys see that though? Like we were just talking about, that's where them trap sellers were. Price came right into it, and they just exploded. Right, price came right into it, and buyers are showing a little bit of strength. Right, and not only that, they're defending the 1 hour trend. Okay. NASDAQ looking a little more, let's see here. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. All right, let's see what's happening on the 2 minute. I'm interested here. Boom. Look at that, dude. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Look at this volume. All right, cool. Look at that. All right, so now we understand the story. Now I got to get into the market. All right, we just got a glorious RBI right there. Hold on, let me make sure I got that. Okay, cool. Glorious RBI coming here off the open. So now we got to identify some opportunity, because the story is pretty well understood, right? I'd say so. I'd say that sellers are definitely starting to stomp out a little bit right there. So now we want to look for some opportunity to get into the market. All right, so I make sure I got all my stuff ready. We're gonna start off small today, just one contract, just to ease in to the market over here. Are you always looking? So the question is, am I always looking at the 1 hour or the 5 minute? So it really depends on what story I'm trying to better understand, right? So the 1 hour is going to give me the general like momentum of the market, right? Like I'm not going to enter using the 1 hour time frame, and the reason is because I be able to read the market and be able to get into the market with low risk, that's when I'm going to drop to the 5 minute, right? When it comes to RBIs and GBIs, I'm looking at the 5 minute. Strong push here in the previous day high. Let's drop down to these 2 minutes. And now that I understand the story a little bit more, now I could drop down to the 2 minute and go, okay, how can I get into the market, right? Like, how can I actually pull the trigger? Where's the opportunity really lie here? Boom! Look at this, dude. We're getting some crazy movement here. But the 20 really hasn't been respected yet. There is, let me see here, RBI all the way down here. So this thing might take right off like a bat out of hell. And the reality of the situation is I just might not even get an entry, and it is what it is. I'm watching NASDAQ as well because NASDAQ has a little bit less chaotic price action. Believe it or not, it feels kind of weird even saying that. But if I could get a 2-minute 20 retest here on NASDAQ, I'll take it. I'll take a long play. Strong push. Very strong. Look at this. Santa rally. Damn, ES is flying right now. I just think it's crazy. I mean, just like we were talking about, that area of value got respected very well. So now we're coming in this upside target here. I'm watching NASDAQ for potential long play, depending on how we react here to the 20 EMA on the 2-minute. I want to see that continued buying here. I want to see I want to see this respect. I want to see it close inside the 20. That'll give me great risk reward. But it'll also show me that buyers aren't playing around, right? Like, it's still quite early. We're coming into the RBI. We're getting that nice little bounce there off open print. SPY is exceptionally bullish. We got that healthy 1 hour trend, but we are coming. Ooh, I do like that. I am trying long here. Hold on. On NASDAQ. Let's see. So I'm going to hop in long on NASDAQ. I'm going to put my stop right below. See if we can get a quick little push up into the high. Ooh, look at that push. Very nice push. Let's go for a little scalp here. Why does it look like that? Keeping the stop right there below the previous 2-minute candle. We are playing into a key level right here. So look at SPY, bro. SPY is cooking. NASDAQ struggling a little bit. But overall, this might be a beautiful play as we come into the market. NASDAQ pays very quick, but it also takes money away very quick. So you just got to play it right. We coming into this looking for a quick scalp. Tighten that up a little bit. Got a little pocket here on the 5-minute. Dude, look at SPY. SPY is coming in strong. Strong push. Got to be okay with a pullback here on NASDAQ. we did get a little bit far away from that trend, and we're coming into that pre-market high. So let's see what we could get here. 1 hour trend looks pretty good. SPY looks pretty good. Got that little pocket though, so let's see what we get. We got a really pretty tight stop here on NASDAQ. Probably just gonna put it my stop just so you guys can see just below the previous 2-minute. You really don't need to risk a lot here. You know, we're playing into the high. Let's see what we get. NASDAQ definitely not having the, well, let's see here. 5-minute looks pretty good. Ooh, strong push here on NASDAQ. Look at that. Bam. And you guys seen how we just played right there off that 20? 2-minute 20. Boom. See if we can get that nice little push. Look at that, baby. Very nice. Very nice. How 5-minute trend looks pretty healthy. Nice push, nice push. Very nice push. Think I'm gonna yeah, we'll let this one go. We're gonna see how far she could go right here. I think these buyers, especially on SPY, are showing a lot of strength. So let's let her go a little bit. Trading one contract could be a little difficult as far as like profit taking. I think I'm just gonna keep it a little outside the 20, the 2-minute 20. Let's see if she can continue. We're playing those key levels though, so it's a little touchy. Just because we're gonna do it like this. Here we go. But let's see if we can get a nice little push here. Watching my 2-minute candles. NASDAQ might have a little more resistance than SPY. Yeah, SPY is cooking. And it's just getting that little pocket there on the moving average, right? We got a pocket here on SPY as well. So let's see what happens here. I want to put my stop just a little below that 2-minute 20. I want to give it the chance to actually respect it, right? Because that's what I want to see, right? I want to see buyers respect that. If they respect that, we might be adding into this. If they don't respect it, then I'll be getting out of the trade. But you got to give it, you got to let it breathe, right? Like, of course, yeah, we could scalp it. But you guys see that? You guys literally see that right there? How price came right into the 2-minute 20 and respected it really well. That's the sort of stuff that we really like to see. Very nice push there. Very nice push here. We do have a little bit of selling up here. But now I could literally participate on NQ, risking almost nothing, right? Look at that. I'm risking 100 here. Very nice push. There's something a little going on up there. Let's see. Super nice bounce off that 2-minute 20. Bump the stop up. Don't get clipped. All right. How do I want to play this? All right. I just locked. Oh my God! It hit my stop. I didn't. I was supposed to move that up, and it literally clipped me. But that's still a valid win. We cleared 500 on that real quick on Nasdaq. Good little scalp. I want to watch SPY anyways. If anybody hit that, go ahead, drop a W in the chat right there. That was a solid little scalp on Nasdaq. And Nasdaq pays very quickly. I mean, look at that quick move. I did not mean to get stomped out though. That is a beautiful bounce right there off the 2-minute 20. But that's all right. That's a good one. If you guys made any money on that, go ahead, hit a like. Hit a like for the 500 on Nasdaq. All right, now I want to watch SPY. Okay, SPY. I feel like SPY is moving today. Look at this. Just like that. And this is where the futures game, especially like guys, with our strategy, do you see how quick we can make this money? What on Nasdaq, Johnny? It depends how many contracts are you trading. We do have that little pocket there, but I think it does have some more room. So typically how I would like to trade it, Robot City, is I would like to keep the stop a little below that 2-minute 20. But if you are up a significant, like if you're up a little bit, and it really depends. If you're trading futures versus options, at this point, I'd probably still stay in this trade, because notice what's happening here. It's respecting the 20. All right. So typically you want to stay in until that breaks, regardless of what the candle is telling you. All right. I'm watching SPY right here. SPY, a lot of strength. We're getting a little far away from that 20 on the 5-minute. So I definitely want to watch that. Also I'm noticing something here on SPY. Notice how the 5 EMA is holding very well, right? So typically when a moving average is getting held, it's for a reason. Let's see what happens here. This she looks pretty good. Yeah, that Nasdaq. I mean, guys, you guys seen the trade we just took. $500 trade. All we did was get in right here and get out right here. $500 trade on Nasdaq. Like, and once again, this is. I don't care what anybody says online about moving averages, about our strategy. Like this thing will, it prints. You can literally, absolutely crush the market using it. And it gives you just the lowest risk. It literally gives you the lowest risk possible. I risked $200 initially on an NQ contract. That's unheard. And then as it respects that moving average, you just continue to hold it. Also, look at how the moving average here on the 5-minute is healthy. Yeah, definitely hold on to that trade. I'm a little frustrated that my stop got hit. That's completely on me though. I forgot to bump it up. That's all right. We'll find more opportunity. Open print. There's a big chance that we can come back to this RBI here, and maybe we'll replay another long. All right. Healthy moving average right here, coming into this target on SPY. We want to make sure that we hold on. We want to make sure that the previous candle never breaks. Like for the individual that's in that long, you want to make sure that the previous 5-minute candles are continuously being held. All right, let's see here. All right, for QQQ, watch that 2-minute 20. Getting a little bit of selling coming into that right now. Watch what happens right here. This is super important. Super important. Very important right here. I'm trying to assess if I want to hop back in SPY or what the move is here. Oh, it held. NQ held right there. Patience. Young grasshopper. Patience. She might be reversing here. Watch what happens here as we come into the area of value. I always want to make, all right, so now I'm watching PDH here on SPY. Really still no criteria yet on SPY. NASDAQ coming back into that AOV. Yeah, now that 2-minute 20 has hold, there you go. Great execution there, though. Phenomenal execution. Everything was pretty bulletproof. It just lacked the follow through right there. And now we go into the next trade. All right, SPY. Let's see. Here comes the sellers. Here come the sellers. Damn. And now you see your stop out was perfect. That's exactly where most of the market is also getting out of their position, right? Heavy selling, boom. All right, now this is where we wait for the next setup, right? I'm looking for them sellers to come into the market, moving average cross, right? And this is the best part. It's all happening right there at open print, right? So we got open print right here, 9:30 bell. We want to identify who's controlling this. We also got that 1 hour trend. Looks like we're coming right into that too. So let's stay a little patient. In the meantime, let's shoot over to Tesla, which is the money maker on Fridays. Let's see this. Let's see, Tesla, what you got? What you got for us? Oh, Tesla's literally, oh, look at that. There it is right there. That's our 3-step approach right there on Tesla. I just felt it. I'm not going to hop in it just yet, but that is our strategy. Moving average cross, green bar, ignored. So now I want to see what happens when we come back into this zone. Look at SPY, dude. SPY is not giving up. These buyers are not letting go on SPY. Now is when I want to check out these Tesla contracts. Now, the main reason I don't want to get in Tesla just yet is we're super far away from the moving average, right? The 20 EMA is deep. Now, that doesn't mean that it won't continue, right? Of course it can continue. What is going on? Hold up. All right, there we go. But once again, right, the strategy does what? It tells us the story. So not like, yeah, sellers are here. There is trap buyers right here, but I want to see that sustained selling pressure. And with what SPY is telling me right now, the market might be in a really bullish state. So let's just stay a little patient. Look at that wick. Jeez. Look at that. Look at that off open print, dude. Once again, open print is right here. All right, Tesla coming back into the area of value. Let me look at these Tesla contracts. Oh yeah, Tesla's looking weak right now. It's just too far away from the 20. And when it's that far away from the 20, I got to be a little patient. And you know what? I might miss a great opportunity. It's just it's super far away from that 20. But yep, there it goes. Ready? Bam. That's all right. I'm not rushing into that. I want to see what SPY is doing right here, because sellers aren't giving up all the way on SPY. But we're at PDH. We're bouncing off that 1 hour trend, right? And right now is when you just got to let the market tell you, right? Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Just stay patient. And let's see what the market tells us here. I am watching Tesla puts. I got my eye here on the, what is that? We'll go with the 48250s. Not in it yet. I'm watching this though. And remember, right now on SPY, we're in a key area of value. So I'm honestly looking at potential longs here on SPY. Oh, hold on, that's a 2 minute. Bear with me. Bear with me. I mean, we did hold that 20 there. We held that 20 very clean on SPY. Bounce right off open print right there. Let's see what SPX is telling us. Let's see here. Tesla is still looking a little bearish. Oh yeah, look at that. We're right at previous day high too. Look at this. All right, end of day is right there. Boom. Previous day high. Boom. And then right here we got previous day low. PDL. All right. Let's look at this 1 hour on Tesla. This right here is EOD. We got PDL. Yeah, selling pressure starting to come into the market. Tesla got that healthy 5-minute trend here on Tesla. I'm looking for a short entry on Tesla. Look at that, was right at end of day too. See, if I had my pin number there, I wouldn't have lagged right there. See, this is what the heck did I just do? What? Can I reverse that? Never seen that before in my life. What is that? Why is it on my chart? What the heck? Does anybody know how to get that off? I must have. What is it? All right, there we go. I think no. Jeez. Come on, dude. All right, you know what? I got an idea. Jeez. Let me reload it. Come on, baby. Don't be on my charts. Don't be on my charts. Oh, thank God. God is good to me. I had no idea what that was. Okay. All right, so watch SPY here at open print. Sellers are definitely trying, but they gotta fight that RBI. Nasdaq, what you telling me, Nazzy? What you telling me, Nasdaq? All right, Nasdaq's got a little pocket between price and the moving average. It does look like market's starting to shift though. You can see that because we're about to get that moving average cross. But we're coming into PDH and EOD, so this is very important levels right here. All right, and Tesla, we'll put Tesla right over here. Yeah, Tesla's sellers are definitely defending that area of value. I may have missed my entry, but that is completely okay because it's just too far away from the 20, right? And you know what? It's you know how many trades I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for the next one. Like if this the moral of the story, like I don't need it at the 20, but I really don't want it $2.50 away from it. So just staying patient. I want to make sure I'm watching the 5-minute time frame. All right, this is very important, guys. And especially, I know you guys see me use that 2-minute a lot. Don't let it confuse you. Right now on Tesla, I'm looking for seller. I want to see price coming in this AOV and sellers defend it. We might not get it, and if we don't, so be it. Look at SPY right here. SPY is coming into the area of value, and it's getting wicky, right? We got multiple wicks here at the open, so this is key. This is key. Buyers are not finished. Nasdaq, I'm looking for a move. I'm looking for a GBI here on Nasdaq for a short play. If I can get a green bar ignored here on Nasdaq, I'll definitely short that. I got Tesla over here on my phone. She may give us opportunity, and she may not. The key is being able to spot the good opportunity from the bad, so you're not just playing around in the mud. Yeah, look at that. A lot of selling coming in. Boom. Boom. Good. So what's this tell us? A lot of buyers came in. A lot of buyers got stomped out. This is also happening at PDH and EOD. So this is definitely bearish. Now our bearish scenario is starting to play full effect, right? So now we need to find an entry, right? We want to find a way to get into the market with low risk. A lot of volume for being the day after Christmas, or at least it seems it. NASDAQ, crazy push right there. Didn't get the RBI though we were looking for, or GBI. That's okay. Patience is key. All right, I'll be right back. Gotta hit the head. Stay patient. Don't chase it. Jeez. All right, so SPY's coming into a key level right here. This is previous all-time high. 68975. And notice how we're coming into it. This is what's most important. Price comes into it very quickly. There's no structure. There's no clear way to get in. This right here is where most retail traders bombs away. This is where they blow the account. They go, oh my God, I don't want to miss it. Let me hop in. So they hop in, and what happens? This thing has a very high chance of reversing, right? Because it's a fast move down, right? It's going to get very extended from its moving averages, and then it might, right? It may not. Sellers could be very aggressive right here, but we got to just stay a little patient to identify the opportunity. All right, you guys see this on the daily? What we got right here? It's a break and retest, potentially. Another reason why you don't just want to bombs away into a short play right now. That 1 hour trend is looking a little bearish. Look at this. You guys see this? 1 hour trend here. This is bearish though. The fact that we couldn't hold previous day high is definitely bearish. Got a little pocket right here. I'm watching Tesla too. Tesla, I'm looking for a pullback into this zone. If I get a GBI here, though, I gotta take it. I gotta take it short. And I know I'm playing into a key level. I'm not in shorts yet, but if I get a green bar right here that's disrespected, I'm definitely gonna hop in that short because that's my strategy. I want to see what price looks like as it comes back up here. This is gonna start off as a scalp, meaning I'm intentionally gonna be getting into the market, like looking to play a quick move. Tesla might be getting away from me. Tesla's got that healthy 5-minute trend. Look, definitely should have just hopped in short. It was far away from the 20. I mean, hindsight's 2020. That's why when it comes to trading, I just stick whatever my like principle is telling me to do. I just stick to it. I'm watching for open print retest right here. I just don't like how this candle is respecting that hourly 20, man. I don't think buyers are over yet. What do you guys think? It's a touchy one. Could go either way. Good. I like it. I like it when it's a little difficult. Strong push. Yeah, below previous day high. I'm looking for a short play. We'll just keep our wrist really tight. I'm not in it yet. I want to see retest up here at the 20. Let's see what the Fib's telling us. Fibonacci tells us, yeah, that the 20 is the 50% point. I mean, there's definitely a couple of different things that can happen right here. Bam. Sellers definitely, yeah, Tesla's dumping right now. Mm-mm. Can we get it? Can we get a GBI? This is usually where traders will start to chase. This is all happening right at EOD. Look at that. It's crazy. A lot of like I'm looking at the 1 hour. We're right in this key level right here. This is an AOV on the 1 hour, and the 1 hour 20 is trying to hold. So let's just stay a little patient. No GBI, no trade. All right, we're getting that green candle. It's definitely looking bearish. I don't like how far away we are from our moving averages. I really don't. But You can't always get what you want, right? Let's see. I see here. All right, so that is a GBI. That is the strategy. Options traders, I'm hopping in. Let me see. See if I can get in this before it tanks. All right, I'm not in this yet, but I am definitely prone to shorts right now. All right, I'm in shorts. I took an option trade though. I'm not in it on futures just yet. I'm in a shorts play on SPX right now, and my stop is right above the previous candle. Oh my God, look at that. A lot of selling pressure coming into the market. So this is going to be a scalp down to this all-time high level. That's the three-step approach. I have to take that. It's non-negotiable. Very strong push. Look at NASDAQ and Qs right here. Boom. A lot of selling pressure. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right, we're coming into the lows, low of day. At this point, it's almost a stop loss is gonna. Let me see. Let's just ride it out here. See what we get. Real aggressive move. We're coming into a key level right here too. I haven't really hit a take profit just yet. Up about 18% on this SPX put. So let's see. NASDAQ looks so bearish. Look at that. I'm watching futures I just really couldn't get in the way I wanted to on my feet. Ooh, look at that selling. Here it goes. All right, coming into the first take profit right here. This is a very important level. So I got my finger. Let me see here. We're up 29%. I want to see us break right through this. I might be asking for a lot here. Yeah. It's all right. I'm going to hold it for a little bit. That definitely was a good take profit right there. Well, let's see what happens. We got a clean RBI and GBI. The only thing is we're kind of far away from that 20. I'm looking for this trend to continue to hold. Let's see what happens when we come into the AOV. I got my eye on futures add in as well. I like the 1 hour trend, guys. I think we could break this. My stop loss is going to go a little bit above the previous 2-minute candle. Trying to think of how I could play this on futures. Yeah, it's a strong bounce right there off that all-time high level. This is a really key level right here. All right, NASDAQ. And ready, guys? Look at how it's pulling the 1 hour trend down. Oh, yeah, this thing's got some pressure here. Let's see if we get pushed right through all-time high. Coming right into that. Look at that. That's the blueprint strategy right there. Look at Tesla. Tesla, I should have shorted that. I bitched out. All right, so for futures, oh, here we go. Come on, break through it. For futures, I'm looking for a pullback to get in this. I might get it. I may not. We're in SPX put as we come into all-time high right here. Come on, let's shatter through it. All right, I'm watching this wick. Oh yeah, come on, baby. This is a great scale out spot if you're trading multiple contracts. Look at that, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, 34% here on SPX. Stops above the previous 2 minute. Not playing no games. It's a key level. Bear traps are inevitable here. And this is where you want to make sure that trend is healthy. You want that healthy trend, and it's really not that healthy. Let's go. Let's go. Tesla, healthy trend to the downside here. That's definitely a trim. Just because of how key the level is. I think sellers are showing a lot of force. I mean, we couldn't even get a 20 retest. I just don't like that pocket. All right, you guys see this little pocket right here? See? That's why we trimmed. Boom. All right, so for my futures traders, let's stay a little patient here and see what price looks like as we come back up into this area of value. Options traders, I would definitely be careful if you're holding a short play, because that level is very important. It still could go though. It could definitely go through it. It's just a very important level. And it would be naive to think we were just going to cook right through it. So there's a nice little scalp. Let's see if we can continue. I still have one SPX contract. All right, watching 2 minute 20. We did break that previous 2 minute candle. Let's see if this can continue here. Yeah, that's just a really key level right there. All right, Nazi. What's NASDAQ telling us? All right, coming right into the key level. 2 minute 20. Come on, give me a retest there. Look at the 5 minute trend. This is why I'm still holding my short play. I'm still holding my put. Because I mean the trend isn't the worst. We did get far away. It looks like we're closing that pocket right now. This is just a key level. Probably got a little greedy there. There's my boy Todd. What up, brother? Yeah, Johnny. If you missed it, we want to watch this right here. Yeah, it was a quick play. It really was. But just for educational purposes, look at the green bar that's ignored at EOD, and just look at how sellers are trying to hold that trend. Right? Look at that. Look at that. See how sellers are trying to hold that 5 minute trend right here? That is key. This is important. This is a very important. This is a very key level right here. My stop's gonna go right above this guy. Might get stopped out on this last con. This might be a break even. Yeah, 2 wicks. Yeah, that's a great call. I like how you're using the candles to, tell you what's happening at the level. Right? We got some wicks down here. Definitely some buyers trying. All right, we couldn't close above that moving average, which is good for sellers. That's what we want. But buyers are showing a lot of strength right here. And it makes sense. That's a very important level. Oh, we're at the 2 minute 20, aren't we? Yes, sir. All right, let's see if we can get a wick into that 20. Buyers are taking it. Yep, that just hit me. I'm out of the SPX con right there. And that makes it honestly makes a lot of sense. That was a super important level. All right, let's see how we can play this to the upside. Let's see how we can play this here. All right, let's go. So now what's the story telling us, right? That buyers showed a lot of strength off that level, all-time high. They just disrespected this guy, right? So here was an AOV, could not hold. We're back up here at open print. Oh, the 2-minute candle hasn't closed yet. Could you imagine if this thing reverses? Oh, dude, it might. Watch it close underneath the 20. NASDAQ coming up to previous day high. What's going on over here? Tesla, where are you at? Where's Tesla at? Where's my Tesla? Shit, man. That was it right there on Tesla. I missed that. I overthunk it. I overthunked it. That's all right. That's all right. You just got to be able to spot the opportunity. All right, let's see. That 1 hour is definitely not bearish. 8 minutes left for this thing to close. Yeah, see, look, man. Look at that right there. All right, so now we're getting a battle at the open. If it don't make sense, just stay patient. Right now, it's a little wacky for me. It's a little wacky for me. So we stay patient. The main thing I'm focused on right now, though, is the fact that buyers held 68975. Tesla, get filled. How can I play this? How can I play along? Do I want to play along? We didn't get an RBI right here. If we got an RBI right here, that would support a long, but we didn't. Yeah, look at buyer showing a lot of strength right here off that level. I'll come back to Tesla. All right. All right, this is when we wait for the market to just kind of do its thing, and balance out a little bit. We got a lot, like, look at this. We got EOD, we got all-time high, we got previous day high. Everything's lined up right here. This is where the battle is going to start getting a little crazy. Ooh, NASDAQ holding that 20. Dude, and look at open print right here, guys. Where's my fib at? Oh, we're right at the 50 on the fib. Sellers might still got this. Same, look at that. Same with NASDAQ, dude. You guys see this right now? How do I want to play this? How do I want to play this? Look at that. Look at that right off the open. Look how the fib, too. It's insane how that works. I'm not in it yet. Oh, NASDAQ. We got ourselves a GBI here on NASDAQ, dude. And it held the 20. Let's go. All right. So NASDAQ, I can now drop down to the 2 and get an entry. Let's see if we can get an entry here somehow. Let's look for a little pullback. It's a touchy one. It's touchy. I know. It is definitely touchy. I'm not in it yet. Honestly, a lot can happen right now. There's still, I like that NASDAQ at least gave us the, who's that, a GBI? Yeah, a GBI. Green bar was disrespected. The fib did hold. Sellers tried. If this bar gets, if we get a GBI here, this could be a valid long, right? Like there's a lot going on right here. Just stay a little patient. That is looking bearish though on NASDAQ. Yeah, bounced right off the 1 hour. Yeah, that 1 hour is definitely it's bullish, and I think that's why I'm just not like jumping right into shorts again. But I don't want to necessarily neglect the information in front of me. I think this is swinging around, right? You guys see how structure broke here too? Got the green bar ignored. Now we're retesting that level. We getting a 2-minute 20 retest right now? No. Okay. The key thing is just to like remind myself right now there really just isn't any sellers on NASDAQ. I'm not gonna lie to you. And look, 20 is now starting to hold. But I'm gonna stay a little patient, guys. Don't rush it. You don't need to force anything. Just stay patient. If there's no criteria, there's no trade. If I get an RBI here on NASDAQ, I'm open to a long play. Moving average just hasn't crossed yet, right? Like so right now, and it makes sense, right? This is where the battle's at. This is where the battle is. So just stay patient. So far on the account, we took one nice long play on Qs, so we're starting it pretty well. Getting some battles here at open print. And now ready, guys? This is when we let the strategy protect us from diving into bad markets, right? Like this is where we let the strategy do the work and we just stay patient. We wait for the market to, create a better environment. What do I always say in the Discord? No RBI, no trade. Right now, there's nothing. There's nothing good. And that's how I know the market's in a good state is when I get my criteria. If there's no criteria, then there's no trade. Patience. All right, SPY. Nice push right off that GBI. Let's see what a pullback looks like here coming into SPY. Dude, NASDAQ can't break the 5-minute 20. You guys that? It can't break it. Interesting. Interesting. Listen. Tesla. I fumbled that. Should have entered in short right here. Moving average cross at the open, GBI. That's okay. All right, coming back to PDH. PDH is a vital level right here on SPY. QQQ is trying. Definitely trying. You guys see this? That's what we call break of structure. Strong push here. Buyer showing some strength. Following the, look at that bull 180. Where's my boy Todd at? That's the bull 180 right there off all-time high. Boom. Right. All right. Let's see. Sellers ain't done yet. Previous day high. This is key. This is very important right here. My light went out. I gotta adjust the settings. I got this new webcam. I'm trying to figure out the settings on it. Okay, let's see. Open print. Now we're back above open print. That 1 hour trend too, guys, on SPY. It's this thing can move. We just need the criteria. Look at NASDAQ, dude. NASDAQ, that moving average, look at that. Look at that. That might be the short play right there. I'm not gonna rush it, but that is, sellers are definitely respecting what they need to respect. I'm watching this on ES. I think this could be a good long play if we respect the 20. Yeah, if we respect the 20, I'm going to take a long play here on ES. What we got left on this? 20 seconds. It might get away from me. 83, 50. Their buyers are muscling up pretty strong right here. Yeah, they respected it. I'm not in it yet, though. I'm not in the long yet. There's really, my strategy just isn't present yet. I mean, we do have a green bar that's ignored here. And now we're retesting that area, which is why I could justify a long entry. I just don't like how far away I was from that 20, and I kind of want a little more bullish structure before entering in. That's all. This is at previous day high. I like the 1 hour trend. I just want to make sure I'm not just forcing things. But that bounce off the 20, lining up with that previous ALV, she does look pretty. She looks pretty right here. Sometimes I get a little too specific. It's all right. Let's see how this plays out. No rush. We got our moving average cross. That's good. So now I'm looking for an RBI or, you know, just another reason to get in this. I really like how that 1 hour trend is, we're back above it. It's supporting that bullish scenario. But this is why we didn't just rush into it. We got a pocket here. There's still a lot of variables. And Nasdaq's coming up to open print. I want to see continued buying here above previous day high. You guys remember this one too? Got ourselves a little RBI right here. Yeah, look at that pocket. Look at that pocket on the moving average. I can't enter in long right there. Look at the pocket here on Nasdaq. Just stay impatient. No rush. And that's like one of the biggest things for me is like knowing, like just being completely okay with missing setups that just don't fall in line with my criteria. I think that's a major common denominator with successful trading is knowing like, yeah, the market's probably going to go higher right now. And theoretically, I could take advantage of it. But there's also that 40% chance that it won't. And my criteria isn't present. So you know what? I'm going to stay away from it. And then it goes up and you go, damn, I definitely could have done something there. But it's like, yeah, of course. And you could always do something somewhere. But that's not the question. The question is do you want to make money doing something other than your system? And it's a slippery slope, you know, because you then, you know, a week, 2 weeks from now, when you're trying to scale up, you know, you're diving into other setups. You're going, dude, how come I can't stick to one strategy? That's why. You can't compromise. You just gotta wait, stay patient, and when you get it, pull the trigger. All right, watching QQQ, watching SPY. Bam, pocket got filled. Now I want to see what happens here. Where's SPX? SPX usually gives me a little bit more of the story here. Ooh, I like that false break. See, this is very bullish. The fact that this sold off and couldn't hold, that's very bullish. I definitely want to find a way to participate with buyers. Coming into the ALV, we're right at that 1 hour trend. Has it closed yet? Hold on, let's see something here. But in SPX, dude, we're right at previous day high right now. This is a key. This is a key spot right here. And this is right at open print. I'm watching open print down here. Watch the retest. Let's see if we get right here. NASDAQ. We want to see buyers hold this. I definitely want to see buyers try to hold this right here. Come into it. All right, we're approaching that 20. haven't touched it yet. Boom. All right, sellers. What you doing? What you doing? All right, coming into the 2-minute 20 here. Now, if this candle can respect the 2-minute 20, I'll take a long play. It looks like it just may. Nasdaq's looking a little choppy. But on one of these, you just gotta be a little patient, guys. Just being a little patient. And I'm talking to myself. Just gotta be patient, Josh. Be patient, bro. Wait for your system. This ain't it. This ain't it. Yeah, we're right at open print right now. We did respect that 20 on the 2-minute, coming out of that area of value. The market structure has somewhat reversed. If we could break the previous 2-minute, if we could break this high, I will enter in long. Let's see. All right, we got ES. I want to break that previous 2-minute, and then I will take a long play. Yeah, this is right at open print too. So this is key. This is key level. 20s coming into area of value. I want to see that green take out the red, Todd. If I get that, I'll take a long play. If not, I think sellers may still have the ball. These are the kind of markets I teach my students to stay away from. There's really no order going on here. It's still early, so that could change, but there's just really no there's just no price action is just not there's no clear direction. And I think it's because we're battling at a very key level, and for that exact reason, right? It's just buyers versus sellers right now, like crazy. And there's really not much criteria. So I'm staying patient. I ain't rushing nothing. We're right there at the 50 on NASDAQ. Patience. Ooh, look at NASDAQ, dude. NASDAQ's holding that 20. NASDAQ is holding that 20 and the 50. What's the hourly look like on NASDAQ? It's not bad, but it's just chop, bro. This is chop. This is straight chop. Chop. It's just choppy. It's a bit choppy. But the moral of the story is this is a perfect example of knowing when to trade and when not to. Right now, there ain't nothing there. And there's just my criteria ain't there. This is when I like to save my money. Right? This is not when I like to gamble to see if I can make something. This is when I like to save my money. And then I make all my money in the good trending markets. This is garbage. All right, sellers coming in. Something's happening. If I get a GBI here, yeah, let's see. This might be sellers might be stepping up to the plate here. Sellers might be stepping up. All right, ready, guys? What else is flat right now? The 20 EMA is flat. RBI here, and I'll take a long. GBI here, and I'll take a short. Back-to-back moving averages. This is choppiness, man. All right, that is an RBI here on SPY. I'm gonna try something small. I'm gonna try a long play. Let's see if we get. Try a long play. I got my stop right below the current candle. Sketchy play, but let's see what we get. I don't like the flat moving averages. And we're going to risk 200 on this trade. We're going to target the highs. Playing out of this guy. So let's see what we can get. Yeah, and with the flat moving averages, it probably would have been a little better to wait. But I do like the way that that red bar was ignored. I like that this is happening at open print. And I like that my risk wasn't that bad, right? 200 on one contract is not a lot. Like that's good risk management. I'm willing to bet that, right? So all in all, I think this is a pretty good trade. It's a good opportunity. The risk is in check. Is the market choppy? Absolutely. But we're just gonna play the candles. Let's see what we get. Sometimes I like to just, make sure that my firing skills are still on point. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I can pull the trigger when I'm supposed to. I just don't like the flat 20. That's what I really don't like. And it might cost me 200. But it's all right. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. And it's right off end of day. Gotta take it. You gotta take it. And then if we get more criteria down the road, we'll add in. There we go. There we go. Let's see if buyers can show a little bit of strength here. Previous day high is the key level that we got to get past right now. This guy, 690.84. Another reason I just really want to play with buyers is because buyers held this all-time high level. There was a massive trap down here, and this was where I went short. So there was a lot of other people that went short there. Now, I get an RBI out of that same level. That tells me that those guys that went short are starting to stop out of their position. So that was kind of my justification for taking it. It was just at a key level, and we got a red bar ignored right there. And so it's very clear spot. I know where to get out if I'm wrong. This trade, it checks the boxes. So now that I'm in the trade, there's nothing I can do. I stay patient, and let's see if buyers can push through here. If not, the beauty of it is we're only risking $200 and I'll be able to get back into the market for something else, or it might be the time to walk away. Market just might be choppy. And then we'll just be up on the day 300 and come back later when the conditions get better. Right? Like you guys see how, like, that's how I like to look at it. If it goes my way, cool. If not, I'll swing it around and avoid the bad markets. Let's see here. We might get clipped. And it's that previous day high, man. Yep, we're getting clipped. Maybe by a tick. I want to keep it a little below previous day close right there. I'll give it a little one more tick below it. I want to make sure I'm accounting for that here, because that's end of day. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's just chop. Back-to-back moving averages, crosses. It's choppy. Anytime you're getting back-to-back moving average crosses, you're playing with fire. Ooh, look at Q's here. Look at Q. Look at that, babe. Look at that, babe. Can SPY hold on? This is just nasty. Oh nah, this is. Let's see, maybe. I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Yeah, that looks a little bearish. Flat 20s. If I get stomped out of this, I'm probably that's probably where I'm gonna walk away. I don't like the try to come back, try to make the money, try to make up. I mean, even if I get stomped out on this, I'll still be up like 200 on the day, and it's not that big of a deal. All right, now notice something here. You guys seeing this? This is what we want to see, right? We want to see the area of value right here hold, right? So it was just tested, and buyers just showed a lot of strength there. Look at that. That's exactly what we want to see. But also, this is what you don't want to see. This is choppy. This is super choppy, right? This is super choppy. It's at open print. There's a lot of things that can happen right here. Candle hasn't closed yet. Sellers are muscling right now off open print. Let's see what happens. I'm cool with it either way. I think that's the most important part, is like being completely fine with it no matter what happens. Let's see. Either way, baby. Watching open print here, that yellow line, that's key. That's really important. Ooh, look at that. That's what we wanted right there. Let's see if we can get another RBI right here. We want to see this red candle get disrespected. That would be key for a long. Bam. Disrespected. And I know it's a little sketchy, but I'm going to try to add one in right there. I like the fact that red bar was ignored. We're still in a choppy market, but that usually that tells me that at least buyers are strong enough to own that candle. So let's see if they can continue to hold it. Just gotta play. You gotta play your rules, right? It's a choppy market right now. So if two cons is gonna hurt you, don't do it. After Thursday, I'm in a pretty good state. I'm not super worried about it. An RBI is an RBI, baby. I gotta play it. It is what it is. I just don't like the flat 20, but is what it is. Let's see what we get. Mama always told me don't trade the flat 20. Always. This is why. Let's see what we get. Can she hold? All right, let's see if those buyers that showed up earlier can show up now. Coming into that AOV, and what are we getting? Getting a little bit of juice here from the buyers. Man, this volume's trash. If you guys aren't in a trade, don't get in one. Ooh, there it goes. Look at that. You guys see this? What just happened right here? We respected the 20. You guys see that? You guys see how the candles tell the story? Like clear as day. Candles tell the story the whole way right there. Great play. Great play. Look at that. All right, let's see if we can get a push up into the highs. Anybody else in this trade? I don't blame you if you're not. It's super choppy. Coming into previous day high right here. Nice push. Nice push. Play the market. Look at that. I should have traded NASDAQ. Being a bit of a bitch, eh? Being a bit of a bitch, eh? All right, but the truth of the matter is that's a red bar ignored off open print. That is the strategy. I got to take it. If I didn't take that, I'd be a fraud. Because that is what I preach all day on YouTube. That's my strategy. So let's see how she does. And could tighten up the risk a little bit. We ain't in the clear just yet. And it's a choppy day, so nothing is guaranteed on choppy days. I like this trend line break, but this is just it's choppy market. So day after Christmas, I mean, what my greedy ass expect? Perfect price action. Already look at that 1 hour trend, guys. See it? 1 hour trend is looking pretty healthy. So let's see if she can continue. We now have a new area of value, which would be this guy, right? Right. That's a red bar ignored. Let's see if buyers can show some strength here. Yeah, Todd, you seen that? That one really stuck out to me there, especially off the 20 EMA. It really stuck out to me. It's like sellers were trying really hard, and they ended up getting smoked a little bit. I want to make sure my stops are appropriate. Let's do limit sell. My first take profit will be right here. Now, does anybody know why? It's because right there is where we got a green bar that was ignored. So there's probably going to be some buyers that might stop out up there. Let's get a nice push. Overall, though, I feel like we're navigating the market pretty well, even though the conditions are a little shitty. But we're not like rushing into anything. We're executing on our strategy. Shout out to my boy Johnny. I took that long play there. Early in the morning and got stomped out. Great execution, brother. Like, and it's I know it's frustrating. Nobody wants to stomp out, but it's the most important part of trading. Todd, what did my boy Todd say? He goes, everyone thinks it's about winning money. Trading is about losing money. Like, until you learn to lose, you won't level up. All right, where we at? Where we at? Y'all gotta pay me. Y'all need to pay me quickly. I shouldn't do. Nah, yo, my boy Chris. I did not catch that on Tesla. I did not. I did not. I looked right at it and I did not take it. I didn't. That was such a good play. Let me look at that price action. Tesla. Oh, Tesla's starting to shift. I missed it, but that was the strategy. That was the three-step approach there on Tesla. All right, I gotta do some push-ups. This thing is like watching paint dry right now. But we've done our job. At this point, we just let her unfold. That bounce there, I should have added in. I should have put another contract on this. I didn't because the market's choppy as hell, but I should have. But we might in a little bit. So let's just stay patient and let her do her thing. I gotta hit the head. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, just what I expected. This thing to barely be moving. That's all right. She's doing her thing. Don't be getting discouraged now. Don't you be getting discouraged. That's just going to be an opportunity to add in. Watching that 2-minute 20 for an add in. Potentially. We might not even get it. 5-minute trend looks pretty good. All right. This thing's like watching paint dry. All right, watching the 20. Let's see what we gonna get. What we gonna get, Shug? If this candle on the 5-minute closes above the area of value, we're gonna be just fine. Ooh. We didn't touch it. We ain't touched her yet. Yeah, this is definitely my last trade. The market's just, it's barely moving, guys. This thing's slower than molasses. Should have traded NQ. We should have just scalped QQQ because it just pays more and it pays a lot quicker. All right, make sure you give her a little room here. Don't got to do too much. This crappy market right here. Is it going to get me? All right, let's diminish some risk here. All right, so we're in a long. Might stop me out before it. Yeah, super choppy market. No continuation. Unfortunately, my stop needs to go below that guy for me to allow the strategy to do its thing. This thing's just super choppy. I'm going to, if we could pull up a little bit here. Back below open print. How do I want to play this? I'm just gonna leave my stop right below the ALV. It might wick me and turn around, but it is what it is. It's got to go below the red candle that was ignored, which is that guy. A lot of sailors. See what happens. We don't make the rules. We just play by them. This thing's super choppy. But if it holds, it can definitely continue. If we get back up to towards our entry, I'll probably scale out just to protect my downside risk here. Look at that fake out at previous day high. Okay, okay, I see what you're trying to do to me. I see. Oh, look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq came right up into there and rejected. Touche. This thing's gonna sink. False break above the trend. Yeah, she's gonna sink. Maybe. We'll see. Stops exactly where it needs to be. Just let it do its thing. Don't touch it. You know, you get in and you get out where you're supposed to. Yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. This market is these are the markets you don't want to be vulnerable in. Okay, like look, right now we're up $89, right? It is these markets. There's super low volume. They're gonna lie to you. It's gonna play games with you. So just make sure you're not putting yourself in that environment where you're just trying to get your money back and trying to rush into the market. That was a valid play all day in America. It just had no follow through. Um, so be careful. I'm gonna be hopping back on the Discord a little bit later. But all in all, if the conditions suck, guys, don't let it get you. Don't lose it over because we can't take a loss, right? Take the loss, be able to walk away. So I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. And I will see the rest of the team on the platform.